I'm particularly interested in the civic and social relations between poor ethnic communities. It's something I've studied going back to I'm so old, it goes back to the 1970s when I began this study. And one thing that had struck me very much in that earlier time was that among poor groups in places like New York or London or Paris, that among these poor groups, not bourgeois, but poor groups, there was a lot of cooperation across ethnicity and across religions. It seems almost impossible to imagine today, but when I studied a group of poor communities in Paris in the 1980s, the Jewish community and various Muslim communities were working together on specific projects. All the problems in the Middle East were present to everybody's mind, but locally in the city, they cooperated together. In the United States, the same thing was true for poor black and poor white communities, that increasingly they had, since the 1960s, worked more together. And then this too disappeared. One of the most striking things to me about the organization of poor groups in cities now is that they're, as we say in English, in silos, that each group basically refers to its own identity as a kind of complete definition of what people in the community are. So this also, obviously, was a way in which this interdependence, the notion that we're bound together, was coming apart. But what struck me in the social domain was that the idea of being interdependent was fading. And I think that's what really characterizes today modern times, that what makes us really modern now is that the idea of interdependence, of needing each other, of being part of a group, which is more than one particular kind of person, being knotted together in a complex way, has faded.